So next we have on board our Hostel Affairs Secretary, Gregory Paul. So hello Gregory, welcome to our show.
Hello.
So how are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I'm great. Excited for the interview today.
Thank you. So let's move on to the interview part then. So coming to the rating given to you by the students, I think it's fairly good because you have got an average rating of 7.5 to 8, which is very good. So when we were designing the survey form, it was very much difficult for us to review you because I think barely 1 month we would have stayed in our campus after the election, and we didn't really have a basis to review you. So it's more of like a congratulatory and thanking you kind of interview.
I think I managed to start a few things that were in progress and that I wanted to implement. Again, even during the lockdown, I had a few meetings regarding the mess tender and the tender for the empty center. So there were a few works, but then things that would directly concern, like that needed to be publicly announced to the students, and those things were quite a few, quite rare. So I just tried to involve myself in the general meetings of the SAT, because individually what I could do was very restricted at that point. So after the lockdown, but I think I started well, and what would have happened had the lockdown not happened is just speculation at this point.
So we'll move on to the pros which we have found and the cons. So in pros, obviously first is the coffee machine. Thanks for that. I think that 1 month people have utilized it very well. Then second is about the COVID-19, all those information regarding that, whatever is happening in campus. Even though people are not checking their mails, you were, you updated us with all the information. Thanks for that. Then we asked people about your performance prior to the pandemic, and we have got some really interesting reviews on that. People are happy that some of them are happy that you have done a lot of things which you have promised, especially in the case of our mess and all. And some feel that you could have done better, but again, it was just a month, so I think it's fine. Then another major, kind of a drawback which we found is that, which people found is that the connectivity between the two campuses, it's not going well, especially, prior to the pandemic. So, what do you have to say on that?
Again, the connectivity between the campuses, again, I think that issue basically since batch 19 came, we weren't able to have as many events as we would have liked. I think even before the lockdown, even before my tenure, I feel that there weren't really that many events that people from both campuses participated. Obviously, there was Diwali and Onam and Petrikor, but beyond that, there weren't many activities that required or encouraged the participation between the two campuses. So,
regarding the EVSP which was conducted online. Do you think the participation was quite satisfactory?
No offense to any EVSP, but the general trend for EVSP is that the participation, again, towards the end of just before the lockdown, towards January and this term, it had improved sufficiently, but on an average day, you don't get many participants for the EVSP. So considering that for the online, I'm not exactly sure how it went, but considering that and considering that we had to conduct it in online, again, full credit to the people who did it, but expecting a good participation, especially when it was difficult for us to get the same amount of participation while we were on campus, that is a bit, I think as because of those difficulties, I think it was a decent it should always be better, but I think all things considered, it was reasonable.
Okay, so we had asked people regarding the measures taken, keeping in mind the COVID-19 guidelines in amenity center, mess, etc. Some people think it is you are doing it in a very good manner, but still there are a portion of people who think that something should be improved. So what do you have to tell it?
There were limitations on my execution. I am not a direct participant in these precautions. Like again, I am informed generally of the things that happen regarding the precautions that are taken. But other than that, what can I say? I'm not the head there. I'm just a participant. That I just get to know the things that happen. I am not. How can you say? Like the real in charge. And basically, it's not possible for me to take a more active role while I'm not in campus. Again, if the students have informed me of any complaints, I have passed it on and made sure that necessary precautions can be taken.
Okay.
But beyond that, what can be done from while I'm not at campus is limited.
So the next thing is like a pro to you, because people, regarding the cleaning of hostels, those have stayed there have told they're doing an excellent job. So thanks for that. And another thing which I wanted to ask was regarding, I think by mid-December, the people are being called back to complete their labs. So how is that procedure going to be? If you don't mind, can you explain it?
Just a rough idea is that basically, so what has been done so far, especially regarding the PG students, is that you would be called back. You will have to fill a form, and based on that, you will be staying for. I think it's. I'm not sure of the exact. You'll have to spend some time quarantine, and there will be no problems regarding the facilities during that time. Obviously, you'll be provided for everything. Usually, the mess people have provided specifically for the people who are under quarantine, and those things will be have to be taken care of. Other than that, there's not much I can say.
Okay, so can we expect a shifting to happen, because the current third years obviously have to be shifted. This was the time to be shifted actually to the other campus, and again the current second year also. So can we expect a shift in this quarantine time?
There hasn't been any planning regarding that, so I don't think so. Again, we haven't really thought about those things as of now, because the day that the students are going to be like coming back permanently in class, they're assuming it's not exactly fixed. So we haven't really thought about the shifting and those kind of things yet.
Okay, so that was about it, and thank you for coming to our show and sharing all this with us. I hope you enjoyed too.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And also thanks for this online administration. Even if you couldn't do much, you have done your best. Thanks for that also.
You're welcome.
Even. Bye.